This is my favorite rock. This is my Dorito rock. This is why I call it a Dorito rock, because it looks shaped like that. Something you pull out of a Dorito bag. However, it's the rock itself. If anybody can tell what type of rock it may be, look at this sucker. How smooth it is. It almost looked like it was melted at one time. And here's the best part of my Dorito rock. That there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is sand. This rock was sand at one point and was heated up to such a high temperature that it started to melt and then cooled down almost instantaneously. I'm not a geologist, but how the hell else would you get the remnants of sand still in the middle of this rock if this rock wasn't hot and starting to curl under in itself and melt? See that whole design here? This design here tells me it was liquefied. It was liquefying. It was in a liquefaction style state. Look at that. And then it was hit by some kind of massive burst of cool air, causing it to cool down, leaving this rough silicate style, texture in here. Which this is rough. This is actual sand. You can see that sand. It's there. This is my Dorito rock. I was watching a video right now on desert glass caused by, of course, meteorites hitting the desert sand at such a high temperature and such a large amount of pressure that caused desert glass. I do believe this is desert glass. Here's one of the most unique parts about my rock. Right there. You see this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and non-humans. Look at this. Binaries and non-binaries. This here. Look at this piece of material, ladies and gentlemen, in my rock. What does that look like to you, ladies and gentlemen? This looks like a piece of metal, silver of some kind of metallic material. That right there. That. What the fucking hell is that? Excuse my language. But if you go up to the rock, you can see that there's a lot of stuff in the rock. There's still imprints in the rock, too, of other things. There's still imprints of, like there's an imprint right there. Just zoom back out. Anyways, this is my Dorito rock. I might have made there's another impression there on this rock, telling you that this rock here was, at some point in time, soft. It was a soft material. That there is an impression of a leaf. You can see the design there. It's without saying. Impressions in the stone. This stone was once in a liquefaction style state. It was liquefied. It was. And then here is another perfect example of an impression in the stone right on the edge of that rock. You see that there? Where's the rock? Where's my finger? Finger? There, finger. Bye, Aunt Debbie! Oh. Okay, back to my rock. Before I exit the video, here's just a quick little look at rocks in a box. These are my rocks in my box. Just some of them. Nice little collection of rocks. Hey, what happened to that? Here's another collection. Yeah, I know. I might have made a video of this before. All these rocks here are, guess what? They have bioluminescent material inside of them, making them light up when the black light hits them. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. These rocks here all have some material in them that lights up whenever black lights shine on them. Particularly, I'll show you where particularly. And then one particular rock, let me find it. There's one particular rock I'm thinking of that has a kind of gash in it. That gash, the inside the material lights up like a Christmas tree when the black light hits it. Shouldn't be that hard to find. Anyways, so these rocks are all heavily, I don't know what they're made of. I think they may be partially tree sap. That's what I think that some of these rocks are here. These are tree sap. But this whole area here is what is bioluminescent. When you hit it with the black light, these rocks here, this rock here, all these rocks here. Here we go. Here's a good example of a rock. This one here, again, looks like tree sap. Whatever this was also soft at one time. This was in the process of getting hard, with hardening up, solidifying when something smashed it. This was, I can tell it was smashed. See, there you go. It's a better look at it. But you can tell this was most likely tree sap from an ancient tree. There's the rock. I think this guy right here. See that inside gash there? Oh, I think that's the one. There. I'll get my black light. These guys light up with the black light. They got some kind of bioluminescent material in them. Here's another one that lights up with the black light. Real good. All of these do. Fascinating rocks. And of course, I'm going to put one of these on an arrow and shoot it with my bow. I think I'm going to use this one. This one looks like the higher quality arrow tip. Look at that sucker. Look at how it was made. Pristine precision. This was a knife. This would be a sharp knife. It's fascinating how this was made. I've got two of them. This is made out of a different material. I think this is a more frail material. This is more dense. And that's about it. I got a piece of Noah's Ark. I'll show everybody a piece of Noah's Ark before I go. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to a piece of Noah's Ark. This is a legitimate piece of Noah's Ark. As you can tell, it's a petrified piece of wood from at least 1 million BCE, before the crack era. Look at that. Look at that. You can tell, man. This is an old rock. Piece of wood, actually, petrified. Anyways, that's my story, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sticking to it. And anybody have any comments on the rocks, or anything I said, please leave me a comment below. And if you like me, you know, you can always push that thumbs up thing, or the video, you can always push the thumbs up thing. If you don't, you don't. No problem. It's all good. Love y'all. Miss y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye.